Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blessed and Bold. Now, this is a place where we empower and encourage women to just walk in their God given purpose and just to really strengthen their faith. So, today we're talking about something that is not always glamorous, but it is always powerful, and it is the path of faith. Now, we all love the idea of being used by God, right? But in reality, the journey is often filled with challenges, disappointments, pruning seasons, waiting seasons, and just unseen obedience. So, how do we stay faithful on that path and not stray and go do other things? Well, that's what we're uncovering today. And I would love for you to just join me in welcoming Caramel. Caramel is such a woman of great wisdom. She is a former language facilitator and just a living testimony of what it looks like to be shaped and sent by God. So, welcome, Caramel. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim, for having me.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a mother too. One is a senior this year. It will be a
Exciting.
lot running. Yes, very exciting. And I have a ninth grader. I work for Cobb County Schools for 10 years.
Okay.
I formerly lived in Texas for 8 years before I moved to Georgia. I've been living here for about 18 years so far.
You like it?
I love it because it's like I couldn't enjoy the different seasons in Texas. Texas, everything is
warm. Oh, you're talking to Jamaicans, so I know. Yes. I know. I get it. Okay.
Yes, it's very hot, and then when it's cold, it's very cold, and you don't have all the seasons like winter, fall, and spring. I love spring, by the way.
Okay.
So when we came to visit Georgia, it was during spring, and I
you just
really
fell in love.
I fell in love, and I said, "This is where I'm going to stay."
Awesome. All right. And I think my first question I want to ask you is, when did you first sense that God wanted to use you, and how did that realization actually shape your life and your journey?
Well, as I would like to share, I had an encounter with God at the age of 9.
Okay.
And I received it in my heart. And since that moment, I had a close relationship. And like Solomon said, instruct the child, and when he gets older, it will not depart from it. And it's wisdom. Very, very true. So I would say that the very first time as an adult that I can recall was when my ex-mother-in-law had a stroke.
Okay.
And the whole family was trying to figure out who was going to take care of her. At that time, I wasn't working, and I said, I don't mind taking care of her. And that's what I did. Okay. So every morning, I had a routine. Just mind you that she was born Buddhist.
Okay.
And the whole family was Buddhist because I was married into a Asian family.
Okay.
And so they have their own rituals and their own beliefs. But asking God for wisdom, as a young person, I start praying for her in the mornings.
Okay, nice.
Before breakfast, and I will read a part of verse of the Bible. Of course, for her, maybe she wouldn't fully understand because of her condition, but that shaped it. It helped her, and the love that was poured
into her.
From God through me, and we ate breakfast together. I had lunch together, dinner together. I would just fully take care of her.
Nice.
And so doctors were pretty surprised because somebody with a stroke cannot be really
doing
much. And 3 months, I would say 3 months to 6 months, she started recovering.
Wow.
Fully.
Wow.
And
look at God.
I know. He's amazing. Right? And I think that's when I started it. Okay. And the eager of always helping others.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. All right, so we talked about that. Was that would you describe that as your unclear moment, or did you have another moment where the path felt unclear, but God was still at work, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that I was still not, it was still unclear. And so fast forwarding
Yeah.
to, I would say, 2015, that's when I started working for Cobb County. I work at this school, and I started as a attendance clerk. And so I have this little girl that was always crying, didn't want to go to the class. And I kind of like mentor her.
Nice.
And I would just tell her words of encouragement. And sometimes I will ask the teachers to send the work with me, and I would work.
You'd work with her.
With her, and then we built a relationship.
Nice.
To the point that I went to her graduation.
Oh,
We
nice.
kept, her
Yeah.
family kept in touch, and because she at that time had suicidal thoughts. She was cutting herself, and God used me.
Yeah.
I sensed it,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's what she needed
That's
at
what
that
she
time.
needed.
She needed that support and that love.
Yeah.
And that's when I start kind of like realizing and
Yeah.
shaping myself to the point that the really realization was when I had this substitute teacher that came, and at that time I was promoted as secretary because
Right.
I wear many hats.
Yeah.
And he came and he was substituting that special ed class. And one day I said, "Hey, Mr. Anderson, would you like, the teacher is leaving, would you like to supply meanwhile
Right.
or take the position?"
Right.
And he was like, "Well, but my wife, and I don't know, and I don't have money right now to, take, at that time it's called GACE.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I went and talked to my principal, and, I got that convincing kind of
You sure did.
skills.
Yeah, skills. Yeah.
And so I convinced him. He paid for his GACE. And so fast forwarding, he was ready to go to Florida because that's where God called
Call
him.
him to go.
I didn't know he was a youth pastor.
Okay.
I didn't know. I did my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now he leads, he has a church.
Oh, nice.
In Orlando, Florida. It's called Legacy, I think it's Legacy Church. And so before he left, he came and he said, "Ms. Ortiz, can I talk to you?" And I was like, "Sure." So I just want to let you know, God called me and I'm going to Orlando, Florida.
Nice.
And I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I was a youth pastor." I said, "You were?" I didn't know. And he said, "I just want to let you know that God used you tremendously, and you have no idea the
Yeah.
impact that you did in me and my family, and I was able to provide."
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was going through
Wow.
a difficult time.
Wow. Awesome. All right, so we're talking about being used by God. So I would love for you guys to answer this question in the chat. What is something that you thought would disqualify you from being used by God, but he used it anyways? So one more time, what is something that you thought would disqualify you from being used by God, but he used it anyway? And I think that's such a powerful question because oftentimes we think that we're just not enough, or something is in our past and we're like, yeah, God could never use me because I did this, or I am this, or I've said this, or hurt this person. But he uses those moments to really teach us, reform us and shape us.
Yes.
So that we can use that as a testimony to say, hey, this is how I was, and now this is what I'm doing now. So
Yes.
go ahead and share in the chat. Let us know what is something that you thought disqualified you, but God used it anyways. All right, so we are going to jump right in. Caramel, I'd love to know. Here's a question I didn't ask you before. What season do you think you're in right now? Do you think you're in a waiting season? Are you in a walking season or a warring season?
I think I did all the seasons now.
All those already. She's already done those. Now she's moving on.
I think now I'm in the sharing.
Sharing season. That's
Sharing
nice.
seasons,
Okay, I
yes.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, all right. So what does it mean to be used by God, Caramel? And what are some misconceptions that we have about that?
I believe that a lot of people place God in a little box.
Yeah.
And they use a lot of the logic.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, God is not logic. he will ask you to do things that you were like, really?
Really? I
Seriously?
can't do that.
I
No.
can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not equipped for that.
Yeah.
But he will make it happen.
Yeah.
And he will place you in places that you never thought you would be.
Yeah, that's true.
And he will move you around. And you just have to listen. And the only way you can do is to remove that human logic. That blockage that we all get into our minds. And the blockage sometimes could be because somebody hurt you or somebody said something or, you know, whatever
You just don't feel good
circumstances.
enough.
But, but God does. He does what he does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah. I heard a saying when I was, you know, when I just started on my journey in, you know, faith, that he doesn't call the equipped, he equips the called. You know, and I believe that. I'm like, okay, so it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from.
No.
If he's called you, he's going to give you what you need to do what he's asking you to do.
Yeah. And I totally believe that. And I'm going to do a little quote
Yes, go
about
for
something,
it.
something that happened to me. So back home, you know, I'm coming from Dominican Republic. My mom is Dominican. My dad is German. And of course, at age 19, you know, being the only child, I spoke 3 languages.
Oh, perfect.
I had to.
Yeah.
I had to. There was no choice.
Yeah.
So it was Spanish, English, and German. But anyway, so my mom decided to enroll me. You know, I'm fresh graduated from high school.
Okay.
I'm excited. The summer's coming. Yes, I'm going to rest. My mom said, no, we're going to do 1 week with the Red Cross.
Oh, perfect.
A training.
Yeah.
So I'm here in the Red Cross, waking up early, you know, doing, they were teaching us how to do tourniquet and how to get people out of the cars and how to do CPR. And mind you, that was when I was 16. Fast forwarding to actuality.
Yeah.
I'm probably 35, and we were out of the hospital, and my middle child, Sophia, wanted to go to the pool. And I was like, man, dude, we are so tired.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like it. And she insisted to the point that we end up going. To make the point is, we get to the pool, and my daughter says, oh, there's some shoes in the water. And I'm like, shoes in the water? What? I go and get close to it. It was not a shoe. It was a child that felt in the water. And guess what happened?
You had to go save him.
I got the CPR.
Red Cross.
I got the CPR.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling you, that always have a predisposition to always say yes.
Yes, yeah.
Because you don't know how he's going to use it when you don't know. It's his time.
Yeah.
He's God.
Yeah. That's a good one. All right. How can we remain faithful when we don't see the fruit right away? Like, we want, especially nowadays, we live in a society where everything is quick. We want quick results. We want it to happen now. And if it's not happening now, we gonna make it happen. So how can we remain faithful when we don't see the fruit and we're just waiting?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, because I'm gonna be honest, I've been guilty. I've been guilty.
Oh, we all have. We all have, honey. Me too.
Many times. And it's just like, you know, this is it the way society has shaped us, and the society dictates on when we should get married, when we should get a job, how should we get a job, a house, a husband, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And unfortunately, as Christians, we cannot be shaped by society.
Yeah.
We have to be shaped by what God's plans has for us.
Yeah.
And that's when the contradiction starts.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm guilty of that. Many times I wanted to ahead of things.
Yeah.
And trust me, he put you in check.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He put you in check, and then you rush to the job that you didn't ask him to.
Yeah.
And then you start having issues at that job, and then you go like, and he's like, well, you didn't ask me.
Yeah.
And so I believe that it's a tough call. We are all guilty of that, but I do believe that patience is a virtue.
It sure is. It sure is.
And I have learned it in a very tough
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's my advice, to be able to, like I said earlier, not logic at all.
Yeah. All right. what has God taught you personally about obedience during those quiet times or those hidden seasons that you may have found yourself in? What did you learn about, being obedient?
That's a good one. That's a good one. When he tells you to do something, you got to do it.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
And you cannot argue about it.
Mm-hmm.
I know you bring your argument to the table,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, but this, but that, and
Mm-hmm.
and I can, but
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like you have to blindly believe and
Follow.
understand
Yeah.
and follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I was guilty of that because he didn't tell me to move to Georgia. He did not.
We just came here,
not.
looked around, everything looked
No,
nice.
he did
and we're
not.
here.
He did not. My ex-husband, he was like, "Oh, I love Georgia, and that's a good job." And we came to, scoop around,
Yeah,
and
look about and see
and then
what's
I
to
fell
see.
in love.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah!" And I went back to Dallas, and I started googling schools and where I was gonna live
Yeah.
and jobs,
Yeah.
and so we decided one day. Okay, let's move.
Just go.
Let's just go. And then we get here, and things were not, they were ugly. They were ugly. I was not able to get a job. We were not able to get our jobs. And it was like we were going into a little desert.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so down the line, I understood, and I asked for forgiveness.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's what we all need to do.
Yeah.
I asked him for forgiveness, and I said, "Man, I'm sorry." and I understood. I understood. Obedience is a key for blessing.
It is. It is. And it can just be something real small. I know a lot of times I'm still working up to that obedience thing because I do not like to be told what to do. My husband could probably tell you, don't tell me what to do. Probably won't do it. But just something as small, he keeps reminding me, hey, you got to listen to me. So
Yeah.
I was praying for someone, and I tell you, he just gets me. Like, I literally heard him tell me to pick up the phone and call her, right?
Yes.
I didn't do it, of course.
Yes.
I didn't do it. Can I tell you that within an hour, she texted me, and I'm like, oh, really? This is not someone who texts me just
I
like
believe
that.
you.
And I'm just like, really, God? Is that what you're going to do to me? Okay, fine. I'll listen.
I believe you, and I'm gonna share two events that happened to me. So the first event was, I had sometimes he would tell you about the person that they're going through this, they're going through that, but doesn't mean that he's telling you share it. Doesn't mean that go and tell that person this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And I made that mistake, and I was like, God, this and that, and the person, because when God tells you about something or tells you, say it or do it. One, the person is already ready to receive.
Yeah.
And two,
that's good.
the place is already for you prepared. So when you take things up on yourself, none of this is going to happen.
Yep.
And I go and share with the person, and the first thing that person said, do not out-analyze me.
Okay.
Do not out-analyze me. I don't appreciate that. It hurt.
Yeah.
But you know what? I went
You had
back
to
and I
learn.
said,
Yeah.
well, they didn't tell me to say it.
Yeah.
And the second thing, and I urge people, and that really broke my heart. And Sophia had a very close friend when her sister passed away, and her family included her in a lot of things. And 3 months ago, I had that urge to call her and catch up, check up on her, go and get coffee. And down the road, I think it was 2 months later, Sophia came home and she was devastated. And she said, my friend called me and she told me her mom passed away.
Aw.
And for me, it was a shock.
Yeah.
And I felt terrible about it. And when we went to the funeral, I couldn't stop crying. Because it's not the point that, oh, I feel guilty because I didn't call. It's the point that I didn't listen.
You didn't listen
when I had
the
to.
opportunity.
The
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Because you never know. A word of encouragement
Yeah.
can change a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Or God wants to use you and give a hug,
Yeah.
or says something that person has been journeying for.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
people pray.
Mm-hmm.
People pray for things.
Yeah.
And then that's why so important for you to let God and obey.
And use you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do we know that we're being refined rather than rejected? A lot of times we don't hear a response, or the response is taking so long to get here.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, all right, God, so is this your no? Because it's not happening. How do we know that we're not being refined?
That's a tough one too.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Sorry, I put up all the hard questions for you.
Yes, you did. You did, obviously. Yes, you did. I think through experience, hard experiences tells you when to wait.
Yeah.
And sometimes he's in silent because he wants you to stand still.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hard, Caramel. That is hard. It is hard to stay still.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard. It's hard because the human comes in.
Yeah.
And of course, not only the human, but then you have an enemy that is like,
See, he didn't answer
I
you.
don't know.
See,
what's
I told
going
you.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you go like, shh, and you're like, and it's very difficult. And like I said, especially when you get trained in skills and you are autosufficient.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you let that little ego that creeps up in the back door, it's telling you, you don't have to wait.
You don't have to wait. You can do it.
You don't have to wait.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Just go.
Yeah. I mean, you help God, you know, just go, go along.
Yeah.
And then here comes the consequences. And then you're like, oh, I should have waited.
You boo-hoo and go right back to God, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. God, how could you let this happen?
Yeah. He was like, well, I'll tell you to wait.
Yeah.
Just because you don't see anything doesn't mean that God is not at work. He is. Yeah. He is at work. And
100%.
like I said, logic will never help. It never helps.
Yeah.
Never helps.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we would love for you guys to share your favorite verse that reminds you that God is still working on you or in you, even when it feels slow. You know, whatever verse that may be, maybe you've had something that you've been just walking with and traveling with, and you know mine, if you know me, then mine is be still and know that I am God, because I have to constantly remind myself, because I'm a doer. I will get it done, and it'll be done right. Maybe not the best way, or maybe there's another way that could have been better, but I'm gonna do it. So that's my verse that reminds me to just be still and just keep calm and just let God do God.
Yes, and it's very difficult to do that when you're a doer. Yeah. I'm a doer too.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you have this mentality that things needs to be done, and it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he has given everybody a certain skill.
He sure has.
But the thing is, those skills need to always go under management.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like that's when we kind of like
run into problems.
Have the management problems.
Yeah. All right. Well, I am all about real life application. So let's, help our viewers, do some things that, will be helpful. So what are some small acts of obedience that will open the door for God to use us? Things that maybe you use, things that you've read or learned. Just give us just a couple, small acts of obedience that we could probably do.
I would say, like when you do small goals or a small obedience, the very first thing when you have the need to call somebody.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Hey, how are you? I was thinking about you. You don't have to go full all Christian.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good idea.
But checking up on them,
in,
because sometimes people are going through things, and unfortunately, God always takes the fault. Because the way the enemy works on people in different situations. Not everybody can be strong. Not everybody can get it together or have it together.
Yeah.
And so I believe that just having a phone call and checking up on them would be great.
Yeah.
Trusting God that He will work in your home with your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very obedient. The best thing. I remember back in 2023, I always did little Bible studies with my kids. Of course, they listen, but they're like, And I remember that they didn't want to come to church. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to force it.
Yeah.
Because that's going to rebel them more and make them more rebellious. What I did, I went into my closet and I kneeled and I said, look.
Yeah. Look, God.
Look, God. this literally was me. And I said, look, God, they are your children. They're your grandchildren. You gave them to me. They don't want to go to church. It's on you.
Yeah, fix it.
Fix it. and it took a couple, weeks and months. And then Sophia happened to have one of her friends in algebra, Camille, and they became very close friends. And so one day, after school, she texts me and she's like, "Oh, me and Camille, we are going to go and do a Bible study."
Yeah.
I almost fell off my chair.
Look at God.
I was like, what? And then she dragged the sister, and then they came. They love it. They got baptized. They dragged me too. I reaffirmed my faith, and so so we are here. So
look at that.
Yes.
Small acts of obedience. God is asking us to build a relationship and pray with Him whenever you're going through something. So just we say close eyes, open hearts.
Yes.
Just open your heart to saying yes to God. He may trust you with a small amount before He gives you something big, but just be obedient and be ready, to always say yes.
And don't keep a tally. Don't keep a watch. Don't keep a calendar.
Yeah.
Because
God's time
is unlimited. He
Yeah.
will do it when it needs to be done.
All right, let's talk about this. How do you keep your heart soft when the journey is long? Because, the longer the journey, the more hardened your heart becomes, especially if you're waiting for something and it's not happening and you're not getting a response, you're not seeing it. And even if you see small little wins, it's so long that you're jaded. And I've been in a 6 or 7 year waiting period, and it may sound long to somebody else, but to God it's like, it's just been a minute. Like, keep calm. It's coming. But, how do I keep my heart soft?
That's a good question. Because even though in the Christian world, you ask God for things and then you see other people having what you ask. And you question, what is it? What am I doing wrong? And most of the time, you're not doing anything wrong. And sometimes people go through trials and people are like, they're doing something. No, you're not. No, you can't. I believe that it's hard, but also what had helped me is to keep a gratitude.
Yeah, that's good.
Gratitude always in the small wins, in the waiting. Even though somebody else get it, I still do. Thank you, God, because I know that when the time is right, you'll come through for me. You give me what you believe is. I would say, God is an amazing Father, and He, even though you ask for certain things, He feel like if I give it to you now, you're not going to appreciate it. You are not going to enjoy it, and so He needs to process you, and that's when the waiting time appears, and of course, and then when you are already ready, then it comes so fast, and abundantly, and you're like, what's happening? What's happening? And you get like a little shock in your mind. But I do believe that to have a soft heart is also gratitude, and also asking him to keep it safe.
Keep it safe, yes. And just know that he's refining you. You know, I'm telling you about my period in life, and it's like the person that I was 6 years ago could not. I was just not ready for what I'm asking for. I'm just not there yet, and I'm a totally different person, and I know I've been changed. Like, my relationship with God is, we're good. You know, my God, we're good. You know, I'm waiting, but you know, I'm still praising. I'm still doing all of the things I'm supposed. I'm still building a relationship with Him. We're still talking. You know, we're still going through it, and there are so many things that I could be thankful for, or I am thankful for during that time, that if I had hardened my heart, I wouldn't have seen them. I would just be stuck on the one thing I haven't gotten that I've been asking for, you know? All right.
That's great.
What are some encouragements, Caramel, for women who feel unseen or overlooked? Like, they've asking God for something and God's just not coming through. They're not hearing from anybody. They've got no encouragement. Would you give them some encouragement, please?
Yeah. I went through some periods like that. And so what he does, it's so funny. What he does is he uses anything.
Anything.
It could be a YouTube video. It could be somebody at the store. It could be the cash register start talking to you, and suddenly she start talking about her problems and how grateful she is.
Your Uber driver. Yes.
It doesn't matter, and then that tells you that you are not overlooked. That tells you are not unseen. And of course, like I said again, there's so many things that society said, and then we kind of, even in the Christian world, like people focus on things that they don't have to be focusing on. And it's like he's saying, focus your eyes on me. Place your eyes on me. And don't use logic. Again. And I believe just be open to receive. And talk to him.
Talk to him.
And just talk to him like you would talk to your friend, like you would talk to your therapist. Just tell him, hey, I feel unseen. I feel overlooked. I'm hurt. I gave you like a list, like Santa Claus, and you haven't gone through.
I haven't gotten through anything.
And talk to him. Just be honest with him. He's the best person to be honest with.
All right, I'm going to ask another question before I give you the last one, Caramel. I want to know, guys, in the chat, you can let us know, where do you feel stuck on your faith journey right now? Is it because you're in a waiting season? Maybe it's fear of failure, not sure where to start, or maybe you're burned out or discouraged. So let me go again. Let me know. I love multiple choice. Teacher at heart, right? Where do you feel stuck on your faith journey right now? Is it in the waiting season?
That's a good one.
Is it because of fear of failure, not sure where to start, or you're feeling burned out or discouraged? Which one of those? Let us know.
I would be very curious to see where everybody
is. All right, and my final real life application question, Caramel, is I am big on community. So what role does community play in staying encouraged on this path of faith?
Community is a big deal. It's a big deal. As me working at the schools, and I was able to communicate with so many parents and help. And you have no idea. Because people think that being used by God is to sing or to
Be on
or
a
to
platform.
preach or
Yeah,
to be a
yeah, yeah.
No, there's so many ways that indirectly you are being used by God, by in your community,
Yeah.
probably helping your neighbor or and like I said, you can relate with them and
Yeah.
at the same time pour a little bit of God's
Got
word,
into them.
and that helps a lot. And in between also the Christian community, I feel like we need to be more united.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to look out for each other, and not only checking up on us,
Yeah.
on each other,
Yeah.
but also being open
Yeah.
to listen, and help and reach out.
Yeah.
And so community is very important for me.
Good. All right. Awesome. All right. So we are just about to wrap up, and we would love to know what is one. This is a challenge for you guys.
Uh-oh.
I want you to do one small act of obedience this week.
Yes.
Something that you've been putting off. Maybe you've heard that you should do something. Maybe it's a text message that you probably should have sent when God told you to send it. Convicted myself here. So maybe it is something God has been placed on your heart. He's been telling you that you should be doing it. You've been putting it off, not doing it. Maybe that's what you need to be doing this week. So from now until next week, I would love for you guys to do that one small thing. All right, final takeaway for our viewers, Caramel.
Yes.
Let them have it.
I would say walk under God,
Yeah.
not with, because when you work with,
Yeah.
you can get distracted.
That is true.
I said go walk under God and open your heart.
Yeah.
Listen, because He does talk. When I said make Him your best friend,
Yeah.
I'm really saying make Him your best friend.
Yeah.
And just listen when He says do.
Do.
When He says go.
That's a good one. I love
And
it.
when He says say.
Good. All right, guys. You are never meant to figure it out all alone.
Yes.
We are being called to be led by the one who's already laid out the path. He
Yes.
knows the plan, and He just
Yes.
wants us to follow Him. So keep walking. You're not lost. You're figuring out. You are
Yes.
being led by God. So if you do not have a church home, we're big on community here. If you do not have a church home, please make Vinings Church your home. We are right off the highway. We're super easy to find, and there is a place for you. There is a role in the story for you to play. We just want you to come and be a part of us. So
Yes,
go ahead, go on our website, Caramel Fun Community and Family here.
Yes, I
and
did.
You
I
can
did.
too. So go ahead and sign up. Let us know that you're coming. We have services 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. So
Yes.
no excuse. We're here
No.
all day.
Yes.
So just come on. We want you to be a
Yes.
part of us. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Stay blessed.
And they're blessed.